Hey, English learners! Welcome back to Mr. Daily English Podcast, your warm and friendly place to learn real, natural English through everyday conversations. I'm Amelia.
And I'm Michael. So wonderful to be here with you again today, friends. Amelia, how are you feeling today?
I am feeling absolutely wonderful, Michael, and I think today's episode is one of the most genuinely practical and most immediately actionable episodes we have ever made on this podcast.
That is a strong statement, but I completely agree. Because today, we're answering what might be the single most important question in all of English learning. What should I actually practice every single day to get better?
Not what should I study, not what courses should I take, but what should I actually practice every day, consistently, that will move the needle?
Because here's the truth. Most English learners do not have a practice problem, they have a direction problem. They are willing to put in the time, but they're spending that time on the wrong things, or on too many things at once, or on things that feel like learning, but do not produce real improvement.
And today, we are going to fix that completely. We are going to give you 5 specific things, just 5, that when practiced every single day will transform your English faster than almost anything else.
Not 50 things, not a 20-point plan, 5 things. Clear, practical, proven, starting tomorrow morning.
By the end of this episode, you will know exactly what to do every day to improve your English. No more uncertainty, no more wasted time, just a clear daily practice that actually works.
So get your notebook ready. This is going to change everything. Let's go. Amelia, before we get into the 5 things, let us spend a few minutes understanding why most English practice fails. Because I think when you understand what goes wrong, the 5 things we are going to suggest will make so much more sense.
Perfect. The first reason most English practice fails, it is passive, not active. Most learners spend their practice time consuming English, watching videos, listening to podcasts, reading articles, and while input is important, passive consumption alone will never make you a better speaker, because speaking and understanding use completely different parts of your brain.
The second reason, it is unfocused. People open an app, browse some vocabulary, watch something, do a few exercises, and call it practice. But without a clear, specific intention, none of it goes deep enough to stick.
The third reason, it is inconsistent. People study intensively for a week when they feel motivated, then stop for 2 weeks when life gets busy. And language learning requires daily, consistent contact to stick in your long-term memory.
And the fourth reason, it does not mimic real use. You can study English all day, but if none of your practice involves actually producing English in conditions that feel like real conversation, you will never transfer what you know into natural, fluent speech.
So the perfect daily English practice needs to be active, focused, consistent, and as close to real language use as possible. And every single one of our 5 things meets all 4 of those criteria.
Let us begin.
Thing number 1, and this is the single most important thing on the entire list. Speak English out loud for at least 5 minutes every single day.
Not think in English, not read English silently. Speak out loud every single day.
And it doesn't need to be a conversation with another person. It can be completely alone. Talk to yourself. Describe what you are doing. Narrate your morning routine. Tell yourself about your day. React to things out loud in English.
I'm making coffee right now. It's a gray morning. I have a busy day ahead, and I'm feeling a little tired, but I'm ready to begin. That's 40 words of natural English spoken out loud in the time it takes to pour a cup of coffee.
Why is this so powerful? Because speaking is a physical skill as much as a mental one. Your mouth, your tongue, your breath control, your rhythm, these all need to be physically trained, and the only way to train them is to actually use them.
Think about a musician. A pianist does not become better at playing the piano by watching other pianists. They become better by actually sitting at the piano and playing every single day.
Your speaking brain is the same. It needs daily physical practice, and 5 minutes of speaking out loud every morning, done consistently every day, will produce more improvement in your spoken English than hours of silent study.
Start tomorrow morning. Before you check your phone, before you make breakfast, open your mouth and speak English for 5 minutes. About anything at all. The habit itself is the point.
Now, let's hear this in a real conversation. Amelia and Michael are discussing their morning speaking practice.
Amelia, you mentioned before that you practice speaking every morning. Can you tell me more about what that actually looks like?
Of course. So every morning, almost without fail, I spend at least 5 minutes just speaking English out loud before I do anything else, before I check my phone, before breakfast.
And what do you actually talk about?
Anything, honestly. Some mornings I describe what I can see from my window. Some mornings I talk about what I'm planning to do that day. Sometimes I retell something I watched the night before. Sometimes I just process whatever's on my mind, like journaling, but in English and out loud.
Does it feel strange at first, talking to yourself?
Completely strange at first. I felt slightly ridiculous, honestly, but within about a week, it started feeling normal, and within a month, I noticed a real difference in how my spoken English felt. Less hesitation, more flow, like the words were coming from somewhere closer to the surface.
That's such a beautiful description, the words coming from somewhere closer to the surface.
Because that's exactly what it feels like when speaking becomes more automatic. The gap between the thought and the word starts to close.
Thing number 2, shadow one sentence from a native English speaker every single day.
What's shadowing? Shadowing means listening to a sentence of natural English from a podcast, a film, a video, and repeating it immediately, trying to copy the exact pronunciation, the exact rhythm, the exact natural flow of the speaker.
Not translating it, not analyzing it, just repeating it over and over until you sound exactly like the person you heard.
And today, we're saying just one sentence, not a paragraph, not 5 minutes of shadowing, one sentence. But that one sentence, repeated 20 times in 60 seconds, going deeper and deeper each time until it truly lives in your mouth.
Why just one sentence? Because one sentence done perfectly is worth 100 sentences done carelessly. When you repeat one sentence 20 times, you're training your mouth to physically produce that exact combination of sounds and rhythms, and that physical training goes into muscle memory.
Use our podcast for this. After today's episode, pick one sentence that sounded natural and beautiful to you and shadow it over and over until you sound like us.
Within 30 days of doing this every morning, one sentence at a time, your rhythm and pronunciation will be noticeably different. Native speakers will hear it. You will feel it.
Thing number 3, learn one new phrase every day, not as an isolated item, but in a complete sentence about your own real life.
Not just, today's phrase is knock it out of the park, but I had a presentation today and I really knocked it out of the park. The client loved it.
The difference is enormous. When you connect a new phrase to a real experience from your own life, your brain creates an emotional and personal memory around it, and that memory makes it stick in a completely different way.
Here's the practice. Every day, find one new phrase from a podcast, from a conversation, from a video, from a book, one phrase. Then write one sentence using that phrase about something real in your own life. Say that sentence out loud and try to use it naturally in a conversation that day.
One phrase, one personal sentence, one natural use, every single day. Over a year, that's 365 new phrases deeply embedded in your active vocabulary, not just known, actually usable.
That's the difference between passive vocabulary, words you recognize, and active vocabulary, words you can produce naturally when you need them. And active vocabulary is what fluency is made of.
Now, let us hear things 1, 2, and 3 working together in a real, natural conversation. Michael, how is your English practice going this week? Have you been keeping up with the morning routine?
Pretty well, actually. I spoke out loud this morning for about 7 minutes, which is a new record for me, honestly. I was describing the view from my kitchen window, and it turned into this whole thing about what the neighborhood looks like in early morning light.
Oh, I love that. You found something specific and vivid to talk about.
And the shadowing. I have been working on a sentence from last week's episode. This is the honest version. I must have said it 50 times by now, but it is starting to feel genuinely natural, like it belongs to me.
That ownership feeling is everything. When a phrase feels like yours, not borrowed, that's when you know it has really stuck.
And my phrase today, I knocked it out of the park. I used it to describe finishing a difficult work project this morning, and it came out naturally. I didn't even plan it. It was just there.
That spontaneous retrieval, when you reach for a phrase and it's just there without effort, that's fluency happening in real time.
It's genuinely exciting when that happens.
Thing number 4. Read something in English every single day, even if it's just one article, one page of a book, one short news story, 10 minutes of reading.
But here's the crucial difference between passive reading and active reading. When you read for English improvement, you're not just understanding the content, you're noticing the language.
You're noticing how sentences are constructed, how ideas are connected, what vocabulary is used and in what context, how native writers express things that you might express differently.
And whenever you find a phrase or expression that strikes you as particularly natural or beautiful, you write it down and you use it in your own writing or speaking that day.
Reading feeds your active vocabulary in a way that nothing else can, because written English contains more sophisticated and more varied language than spoken English. And the more varied language you absorb through reading, the richer and more nuanced your spoken English becomes.
10 minutes a day, something you genuinely enjoy reading, not a textbook, real English content about things you actually care about every single day.
And thing number 5, write 3 sentences in English every single day.
Not an essay, not a journal entry, 3 sentences about anything real and true in your life right now.
Today was a good day. I had a difficult morning, but things got better after lunch. I'm grateful for the small moments that make ordinary days feel full.
3 sentences, real, personal, honest. Written without stopping to check the dictionary, without worrying about perfect grammar, just write.
Because writing forces your brain to construct English, to choose words, to organize thoughts in English, without the pressure of speaking in real time. And that constructive process, done daily, gradually becomes faster, more natural, more automatic.
And over time, your 3 daily sentences become a record, a real document of your English growth. And on the days when you feel like you're not improving, you look back 3 months and you see exactly how far you've come.
3 sentences, every day, without fail. It sounds too small to matter, but small things done consistently matter more than anything.
Let's pull everything together into a clear, complete daily plan. 5 things, every day.
Thing 1, speak out loud for 5 minutes.
Before anything else, about anything at all, just speak.
Thing 2, shadow one sentence perfectly.
From a podcast, film, or video, repeat it 20 times. Make it yours.
Thing 3, learn one phrase in context.
Find one new phrase. Use it in a personal sentence. Say it out loud. Use it today.
Thing 4, read something in English for 10 minutes.
Notice the language. Write down one beautiful phrase.
Thing 5, write 3 sentences.
Real,
personal, honest, without stopping.
Total time, 20 to 30 minutes maximum. That's it. 5 focused, intentional things every single day. Done consistently over 30 days, you'll be amazed at the difference.
Over a year, you'll be a completely different English speaker.
Move the needle to make a significant or noticeable improvement. Example, these 5 daily habits are the things that will actually move the needle in your English.
Muscle memory, physical actions that become automatic through repetition. Example, shadowing builds muscle memory for English pronunciation and rhythm.
Active vocabulary, words and phrases you can produce naturally, not just recognize. Example, fluency is built from active vocabulary, words that come out without effort.
Spontaneous retrieval, the ability to recall language naturally without conscious effort. Example, when a phrase comes out naturally in conversation, that's spontaneous retrieval happening.
Move the needle, already covered. Let's add passive consumption, receiving information without actively engaging or producing. Example, watching English videos is passive consumption, valuable but not enough on its own.
Ownership, the feeling that new language truly belongs to you and is naturally yours. Example, the goal of practice is ownership, phrases that feel like yours, not borrowed.
And that's everything for today's powerful episode of Mr. Daily English Podcast.
5 things. Speak out loud. Shadow one sentence in context. Learn one phrase in context. Read something. Write 3 sentences every single day, starting tomorrow morning.
Now, before you go, comment below right now. Tell us, which of the 5 things are you going to start with tomorrow? Just one. Pick your first step and commit to it publicly.
We read every single comment, and we'll be there cheering you on.
Please give this video a big like if it gave you a clear plan you will actually use, and share it with a friend who is learning English.
Subscribe now, turn on the bell, and we will see you next day.
Until then, speak every day, shadow every day, learn every day, read every day, write every day.
5 things every day. See you next day.
See you in the next episode.